and welcome to another episode of the In Between Podcast. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. Hello and welcome to another episode of the In Between Podcast with your host, as always, Kyle McLemore. Thank you so much for tuning in, and before we get too far along in the pod, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as it's much appreciated and it definitely helps keep the show alive. Be sure to tell a friend, be sure to grab a family member and force them to watch. Follow us across all social media, otherwise you're missing out. You're missing out on some sweet clippity clips and memes and photos and all sorts of goody goods that you only get if you're following us across Insta, Facebook, TikTok, Rumble. No, not Rumble. We were doing Rumble for a minute, but I don't know. Maybe I should check back in on Rumble because it's been a while. Rumble for a second was like, hey, here we come. Yeah, we may be a little bit right-wing heavy, but here we come regardless. Yeah, we got some extreme platforms, but here we go. Check out, you feel the rumble? It's been a minute. Like I was uploading for a second just to be like, just in case Rumble pops off, just in case I happen to have a huge Republican demographic that I'm completely unaware of. For some reason, the right wings love this podcast. For some reason, it's a real pro guns. Maybe it's the red. Maybe it's, I'm not sure. I have to check back in because it's just like, I wasn't getting a lot of traction, wasn't getting too much. But it was also early in the social days, early in the developing days. I'm not even, saying that we've got the hang of it here, but, better than we were a year ago or whenever Rumble first rolled on out. I know Russell Brand is like the big supporter or like the big face or like the biggest thing they got on Rumble is probably Russell Brand leading the charge of because he's always pushing the envelope, always getting either kicked off or demonetized or censored on YouTube for whatever. Is Russell Brand back? Is he back in the light yet? Because it's I think I followed him on one of the accounts because I would always see him because he posts a lot. Russell Brand be posting. I gotta, honestly, start emulating that vibe because that dude was posting. And then there was some pretty wild, pretty heavy accusations from some ladies. I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I just remember there being accusations. And then they just kind of went quiet. It just kind of vanished. No Russell Brand for it's been a month or two. Just let it die, I guess. And I think I've slowly been seeing him resurface. Not sure what happened, but that's just, the celebrity way is it, every once in a while. I think it just happened with P. Diddy, dude. I think it just happened with Puff. Puffy Diddy, Daddy Puff Diddy. What do you want to, I don't know. I don't even know. Is it just Sean Combs now? Isn't it just is it Batman? Dude, did you guys see? First of all, okay. Pump the brakes here, people. What should I call him? Puff. Call him Puff. Puff Combs. Sean Puff Combs. Whatever. You guys remember? I mean, I know we're past Halloween, but you remember when he was rocking that Joker? Dude, do you remember when he not only dressed as the Joker, he basically was the Joker, dude. He did the Joker as good or even better than Heath Ledger, dude. He was the complete voice, makeup, body movement. Dude, he had it down, way too down, so down that he was about to fight a dude because the dude couldn't tell that it was Diddy. That's how deep he went into the Joker, dude. With his voice and everything, he was just And he was acting like a legit lunatic, dude. He had like a machine gun and he's just like, ha ha, like laughing like a psychopath. Like first of all, just amazing Joker performance that I could never even hope to reach. But it's just like, Jesus, Diddy had no idea that you really get down with the holiday spirit, really get down with the Halloween vibes and really go for it, because he went for it. And then this year, flipped it and went full Batman, dude. But we're talking, I saw like a whole video where he's like in the warehouse, you know what I mean? Like that crazy all white on white warehouse with just the Batmobile. And it was like the Batmobile, dude. Nolan Bale Batmobile, dude. The tank Batmobile. And he's just in it, dude, dressed head to toe like Christian Bale, legit-ass Batman, standing in the legit-ass Batmobile. I'm just like, what is happening, dude? Yeah, I had no idea. Such a fan of Batman, first of all, and then also, way to really go for it and kill it. But speaking of accusations, same thing I just read about Diddy, where it's like, some chick, some pretty gnar accusations, and then just this morning, like, it's done, settled out of court for a undisclosed amount. Which speaks to, like, I don't know, man, it's weird, because it's like, tough to say if it's true or not, because it's like either like there's some truth and you just want it to go away, or there's no truth. Either way, you just want it to go away. What's that number, dude? What is that number? And then think about if something did happen, if he did something gnar, what's the number where it's like no matter how gnar, you're still cool with that number? Weird. Well, Russell Brand slowly creeping back on the scene, and then, Diddy's gonna be fine. Just bust out that checkbook. But yeah, talk about amazing. Say what you will about whatever accusations, but can't accuse them of not going for it on Halloween. But what else is out in the news? Lots of movie stuff. You guys want to talk about what I seen, or what's coming out, or maybe what's never going to be seen? There's a few movies that will never see the light of day, but you can also talk about double camming it, because gotta double cam it. Actually, forgot, still down a camera. Gotta use, this is a little bit of our pod TikTok. Gotta use double camera because these bad boys always have like a weird gap in between for some reason. Is it the first attempt at the pod? No, dude. You know that it's so hard to do a one and done. I feel like it's even better because it's like when I get another chance to take another crack at it to keep the energy flowing. Am I going to lie and say it's not frustrating? Is it frustrating? Is it necessary? Is it frustrating to be like, deep into a pod and then remember like, oh, now I remember why I was using two cameras, because these ones always have like a 7-second gap every like 10 minutes. Like it records like a good 10 and then it's like, sorry, there's like a 5-second gap now. And then we're back on track, which makes it so much fun lining up those clips for the audio. Oh yeah, we're talking TikTok, pod TikTok on the In-Between podcast. But stuff that's never gonna see the light of day, like the Coyote versus Acme. You guys hear about that? Coyote versus Acme? Wile E. Coyote, the Looney Tune John Cena joint. Seems like a cool idea on paper, who gets, boned by Acme more than Wile E. Coyote? He's their best customer and yet has never gotten a product to work right. Also, never returns, never complains, just keeps on buying the next hot thing on Acme magazine, only to have it blow up. But apparently, they did a whole live action cartoon hybrid Who Framed Roger Rabbit Space Jam kind of a mix. This one happened to have John Cena, which is weird because you wouldn't have even been able to see him You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Can't see him. But it's just weird to like do a whole, like, I from what I understand, it was done. Like, it was in the bag. Like, they're well into post. You know what I mean? Like, filmed everything, animated everything. Like, we are finished. Here you go. And I just, Warner Bros. Or whoever was just like, thanks, but we're good. Into the trash can. And just like, what? You're not even gonna like stream it? You're not even gonna throw it up on Max or HBO or whatever? Just straight to the garbage can, huh? Same thing happened like semi-recently with like Batgirl movie or Batwoman movie. Lady Bat, Barbara Gordon Bat. I don't specifically remember. Remember she had like red hair. Yeah, they did the same thing. They shot like a whole entire Bat Lady movie, Batwoman film, start to finish, and then they're just like, you know what? Nah. And it's just like, it's already done though. It's already done. Like, here, you can just have it. Just stream it. Is it like, you're so confident that it's going to make such little money that you don't even want to pay for like the promotion, I guess? Like, because everything's already been done. All that's left is to pay more to promote it and like, you know, commercials and billboards. And you're so confident that it's going to do badly that you won't get a return or at least break even. I don't understand. It's just weird. Weird to do a whole entire movie and then have it be finished and just be like, nah. Like, I understand, you know, if it's like, it must have been awful. But that doesn't make sense either because awful movies come out all the time. We're going to talk about some awful movies that are coming out or have come out already. Hunger Games. Songbird and Snake or whatever. Fire, Songbird. I've seen it, and I still don't know what that stupid movie is called. Hunger Games. A fire with songbirds and snakes. Snakes wrapping songbirds in snaky fire. I think it's because I'm mixing like the previous movies in with this one. Catching fire with snakes and songbirds. But, I don't know. Come on, Warner Bros. It would have been some cool, I mean, you know, Looney Tunes are cool. John Cena's cool. John Cena's not only cool, but he's like, you just throw him in whatever genre, and it's like pretty good chance it's gonna work. Comedy, he's cool, man. Peacemaker, cool. He was in like, there was like a firefighter movie, like specifically for children. Like, it was very kiddish, but still not bad. The dude knows comedy. The dude knows action. I don't know. It seemed like it was a cool idea. I like Wile E. Coyote. It's an interesting idea, but an idea that we'll never, ever see, ever. But what else is new? Coming soon. Oh, you guys heard about the big news with Garfield? Garfield the cat? Finally, we get Garfield the cat. Not only that, but who's voicing Garfield? Well, there can only be one, right? There can only be one voice actor to bring Garfield to life. Up until now, we've had, what, Bill Murray? Bill Murray is like the only other Garfield that comes to mind. Because the only other Garfield voice is just like either in my own head from just like reading the comments or like the cartoon from like very long time ago. Other than that, just Bill Murray is the only thing that comes to mind. But if you need a voice actor, there's only one person you turn to. Chris Pratt. How does he keep getting these, dude? How is Hollywood just like, dude, you know who's killing it with the voice? Just can't get enough of this guy's voice acting. Chris Pratt. And talked about a range of voices, right? Like talked about a whole like Houdini act. Whenever that guy starts voice acting, it's like, whoa, he travels through time and space with all these voices. Or does he? Because as far as I can tell, it's always just him, dude, constantly. And yet, just keeps crushing it, apparently? Or it's just like, is his normal voice so good that it's just like, can't get enough? Because it seems, I don't know, I don't understand it, dude. Like the Lego movie, I get it because it's just a guy. He's just a guy. If anything, he's like a little bit wackier. But it's mostly just Pratt, right? And then it's like, all right, well, it's so good. Give him Mario, dude. Give him the famous Italian plumber Mario. And here he comes. It's me, Chris Pratt. Hey guys, I'm Mario. So good that of course, here comes Garfield, baby. Hey, it's Garfield. I hate Mondays and I sure like lasagna. Dude, that's like a dream to be like a voice actor and then not only be a voice actor, but then just keep getting jobs as like you don't even have to like tweak your voice at all. It's like, we just want you to do your thing. Oh, okay, you want me to improvise and kind of give it my own thing? It's like, no. We just want you to just talk normally. Just use your regular voice, Chris. It's all good. We love it. You sure? I can give him a little bit of a New Yorker thing. I don't know if you heard my Mario. Oh, we heard it, Chris. And that's literally copy and paste it because that's what we want. We just want you and your voice. I don't know, man. Garfield. Where is Garfield even? I don't think Garfield's I guess like on paper, maybe it made sense. It's like the Mario Angel. They were like, yeah, he's Mario. But the whole, oh, it's a me kind of like over-exaggerated thing is like it's a commercial. The real Mario just talks normal, like Chris Pratt. And then like, I don't think, is Garfield like a New Yorker? I always picture him like in kind of like the New York building, but I don't know if it necessarily is New York. Maybe he's like a Chicago kind of a cat. Big city cat for sure. Gotta have it in a big city. But as far as I remember, I don't really recall Garfield having an accent. He's just kind of monotone-esque. I don't know. But we got Chris Pratt to look forward to. Chris Pratt is very interesting because he's like super cool. Don't get me wrong. He's very cool. He's also like very religious. And it's always like this weird thing where it's like he's got to be like a little bit quiet about how overly religious he is. Because I remember there's this thing like it was like a while ago where he's just like, just so out of nowhere. It's like, whoa, Chris. Because he's just like, yeah, I love God. God's awesome, I go to church all the time. I don't think gay people should get married. And they're just like, whoa. It's just like, yeah, because, just man and a woman, right? Like, hey, I'm Chris Pratt. I love God, man and woman. And I just remember everyone being like, oosh, whoa. Okay, off to the side. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Chris, don't you ever say that again. It was something like he was like, I just, just a regular dude. I'm a super cool guy. I drive a pickup truck, hang out with my family, and I don't support gays. And it's like, whoa, Chris, get him out of here. Go. We don't need another Jonathan Majors incident. Get him out of here. Oh, man, I bet you Marvel was scrambling on that one. They're just like, no. Not our Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. No. The amount of people that probably just rushed in and tackled Chris before he could say anything gnarly. Yeah, what can I say? I mean, I'm not a big supporter of LGBT. Oh, they just tackled him out of the camera. No, Chris. We'd have to take you out of all the Disneyland rides. You know how much that would cost? We'd have to get rid of all your toys, Chris. Shut up about the church. Get in your pickup truck and go somewhere else, dude. Stay out of the limelight until we need you for Guardians 4. God. Yeah, Chris Pratt, gotta be careful. Got to be careful. Too much at this point. Like you're too structurally important to the house of cards that is Disney Marvel. Because, man, talked about the house already starting to crumble with the Jonathan Majors thing, but let's see if they can bounce back. We might be getting closer and finally closer to Fantastic Four / what we really want, right? Doom. Dr. Doom. because rumors be swirling that finally, I mean, Pedro Pascal has touched like every other market, right? He's all up in the zombie market. He's all up in the DC verse, or he was for like one Wonder Woman movie. He's all up in the Star Wars. And finally, he might be jumping into the Marvel train because rumors be swirling that that's going to be our Mr. Fantastic of the Fantastic verse, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with literally whatever he wants to do, dude. You make Pedro whatever, whoever, whatever villain, hero, side character, whatever guy you want to be. Maybe not the dude from, Wonder Woman. Life is good, but it can be better. He like grants wishes or something? That was a convoluted, weird storyline. Yeah, he like grants wishes, but somehow gets power, but somehow it's like killing him. Like, weird. But yeah, so supposedly that might be our Mr. Fantastic. Who would they make Sue, Storm, or even Human Torch? Thing can be anybody because eventually he's just going to be a big rock. So it's like, don't matter who you cast as the Thing because he's just going to be a big rock. Doom, dude, Doom. Who are they going to cast as Doom? I don't even know. But rumors be swirling. We'll see. You guys want to talk about other stuff still coming out? Because I've seen some stuff. But I mean, we're already on the Marvel train. Why don't we just keep going on that Marvel route? Because did you guys see that Madam Web trailer? What is going on, dude? What is even happening in the insane world that is like Sony, dude? In the crazy Marvel Sony, like stepchild verse or whatever you want to call it. Like the weird B Marvel, you know what I mean? The Venom Marvel, the Morbius Marvel, you know what I mean? The weird outcast, like the ones that didn't work Marvel, you know what I mean? Madam Web, dude. Talk about a trailer that's just like, dude, haven't felt this way since Morbius, dude. Never haven't felt so assured that this movie is gonna be not only bad but bonkers, dude. Just from the trailer, when they're just dropping like insane amount of exposition in the trailer, that's how you know you're in for a ride, dude. It makes me think of Aquaman 2. I hate that trailer, dude. Liquid Death. First of all, oh man, first of all, it doesn't look like a good movie, Aquaman 2. Or Madam Web. But Aquaman, and they do the same thing where there's so much exposition, and you're just like, God, this is like a 4-minute trailer because you have to like inform me of all this stuff that is just like, I don't even, They're just like, hey, I'm Aquaman. Oh, and then he's got the Black Trident, which was formed by the darkest whatever in the War of Bloodguardian. Our father, king of Atlantis, went to war, and he broke the Black Trident and hid it away, and just like, whoa, hey, man, just save this for the movie. Like, I don't need to know the whole backstory of the Black Trident and its whole history and where it came from. Just show me him zapping stuff and blowing stuff up, and I will get it, dude. Don't tell me, show me. That's all. It's a trailer. It's a tease. Just be like one little second of like, is that the Black Trident? But same thing with the Madam Web. It's just like so much random exposition. Just like, what? That's the guy I met. He was with my mother in the rainforest when she mysteriously died. And just like, geez, dude, you're dropping so much. And I don't need to know about your mom in the rainforest, dude. That's something you probably save for the movie. Just let me know the main thing. And then there's like, evil looking Spider-Man chasing all these spider women. I don't know. It looks like it's trying to tap into the Spider-verse kind of a thing. but it just has such a Morbius vibe of just like, dude, this is going to be written so bad. This story is going to be wiggity whack. I don't even know. Is it just like a alternate Spider-Man? And then it's like, it's like Final Destination, but if it was with Spider-Man, like he just keeps like, or she just keeps like, oh, you gotta get off this plane, it's gonna explode. Rewind, and then, oh, I gotta save them. She keeps dying and like rewinding, so it's like Final Destination plus like, what's the Tom Cruise one where he's like fighting the aliens and keeps rewinding? I don't know why I keep wanting to say Ready Player One, even though that's definitely not it. But, the video game alien invasion movie. Oh, man. Madam Web. It's, and it's like, a semi-cool character. I remember Madam Web from, like, the animated series. There was, like, a heavy arc on the animated old, like, 90s cartoon. Excuse me. Jeez. Don't say her name, Madam Web. Ugh. Start dying. But yeah, I remember like a whole arc, a whole story arc, like in the old 90s cartoon. And it is like a cool character. She can see the future. I don't know, whatever. It just is. It's a shame that such a interesting, cool character is clearly getting like chopped up and is clearly has no chance in the same way that like we can all agree Morbius had like no chance, dude. As soon as that trailer dropped, it's just like, oh, this gonna be bad. And then it's in the same verse as like, Venom 1 and 2, which is like not good. It's got like tiny parts, it's just like Venom as a character is so good that it's just like, even if it's a bad movie, you want it to be good. 'Cause it's like you want the character to survive. The Tom Hardy Venom is good, so it's like it's just surrounded by so much dookie, you know what I mean? What else is in that verse? That's also the verse with that's where the Vulture went, right? Because that's technically... Oh, man, it gets so weird with Sony. Because I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is part of the Sony-verse now, dude. I think that's what happened. I think that's why he's, like, not in any of the other Marvel movies anymore. When was the last time we saw Spider-Man in a Marvel movie? Because he mostly just gets his solo stuff now. I think like Sony got him back. I think if anything, Tom Holland maybe might finally show up to fight Venom, which honestly might be cool. But, man, yeah, because, he has to be. Because if, I remember Vulture showing up in Morbius at the end with like the most like fuck you, the most fuck you like after credit scene where it's literally just like, I think he just flies up to him like, hey, what's up? Heard you're from another universe. Maybe we should, team up. Or something like, I don't know. And then Morbius is like, that sounds like a pretty Morbin idea. I think there's also, I think Scorpion is like semi-alluded to in either like, in one of the Spider-Man movies. I think he like has a scorpion tattoo, and he's like, dang, maybe one day I'll have a mecha scorpion suit, So Vulture's in that verse, Morbius in that verse, Vulture in that verse, Kraven, dude, Kraven's coming. Are they finally gonna, dude? Imagine having all these whack pieces, like, crazy Morbius, insane Kraven, whatever's happening with Madam Web, and then eventually they string all that into Sinister Six. You want to talk about the ultimate underdog story of making a super team come together. Sinister Six, not only one of the most like fanatically difficult words are superhero teams, supervillain teams, the Sinister Six. Not a big fan of anybody with a lisp. It's their most despised group of supervillains. But I think it consists of, I think Scorpion is in there, Kraven, Vulture, Morbius. Just need two more. Rhino, they could probably fit Rhino in there. And then you gotta have Goblin, dude. Like, you can't have Sinister Six without Goblin. Goblin these nuts is what that movie's gonna do. But I don't know. We'll see. It's Kraven. Kraven. I don't even know, dude, because it's got that dude Aaron Taylor Johnson or whatever who like seems to be like on the upswing, like heavy upswing. But then Kraven, you know what I mean? Then again, they got Leto for Morbius, so it's like whatever, man. Russell Crowe's gonna be in Kraven. I'm going to see it regardless. I'm just so assured that it's going to be bad. And it's just weird. Like the Sony Spider-verse is weird, dude. And it's only getting weirder with this Madam Web thing. But if Tom Holland can ever find his way in, it might give it some juice. Just, Tom Hardy and Tom Holland, Hardy and Holland, Venom and Spider-Man, the ultimate battle, the ultimate frenemy relation. It would be cool to see them. Did I count Venom in the Sinister Six? Scorpion, Venom, Vulture, Kraven, Morbius, Goblin. Boom! There's your six. But it would be cool because they're always kind of frenemies. Have them battle and then maybe they team up. Maybe we get the symbiote Spider-Man. That'd be pretty dope, right? I'm writing a better movie right now, just randomly talking, than this crazy Madam Web movie will be. But we'll see. I saw a few new movies. I know I kind of alluded to it earlier with Hunger Games, the Songbirds of Fire and Ice. It's crazy that I saw it and I can't remember that stupid because the title is so dumb, dude. Hunger Games, Snakes and Fire Ice, and Songbirds too. And a partridge in a pear tree. Sure, why not? Longest title ever. And also, such a long movie, dude. Such a long movie. And it doesn't have like a good flow because it's like you feel that 240, whatever it was. Oh, got like a nice knot right here. That movie don't impress me much, dude. And then there's whatever the main girl is. Let's see if we can do a quick look up. Because I looked her up earlier, and she's got some other credits from other sing-song kind of movies, like what is it? Bronx Tale, or why can't I? No, it's come on, West Side Story. There you go. Girl from West Side Story. She was also in Shazam, the second one. She was like not Lucy Liu and not Helen Mirren, but like the third goddess lady, whatever. Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler is like the main tribute, the main love interest, whatever, to Coriolanus. Coriolanus, dude, you know what I mean? Coriolanus Snow, who, if you don't know, is Donald Sutherland in the main Hunger Games movies. So we did his backstory, right? That's what we want to know, is the backstory of Snow. The Donald Sutherland story. That's what I've always been curious about with the Hunger Games. Where did Donald Sutherland come from? Why is he such a jerk most of the time? Why does he have such great facial hair? What's up with his super cool son, Kiefer? Kiefer Sutherland. How come he's not in the Hunger Games? But, gotta know the backstory, dude. Gotta know how it all started, of course. Where did they come from? Wonka, dude. I gotta know where he started and why, right? Because that's what everybody's wondering. So yeah, we get the bad story of Coriolanus Snow and Rachel Zegler. It's so like, I don't even know, dude. It's like a parody of itself, dude. It's so Hunger Games that it's like over the top Hunger Games. It's so dude, I was like almost laughing because it's just like so over the top at the beginning when like Rachel Zegler gets chosen as tribute. First of all, Rachel Zegler has got some pipes, dude. Rachel Zegler can sing. So let's get that out of the way. She is an amazing singer. She's really good at singing, and she's also got like a specific kind of style of like, I don't know why the only thing that comes to mind is Dolly Parton. Just imagine Dolly Parton like singing, but like really singing when they do that thing where it's like that, really getting it like from deep within. That kind of like really, really putting your soul into it. Southern Dolly Parton kind of a vibe. That's the kind of way that she sings, which let's get this out of the way. It's good. She's a really good singer, but it's so over the top dramatic, dude. When she gets like picked as tribute, she's like walking up there, and then I think she trips. She like trips on the stage, and like they're going to like pick her up, and she's just like, "You ain't gonna bring me down." It's just like, what? When she puts up her hand, it's like, "Stop." And then all the soldiers are just like, and they back up, and then she just starts belting out this like, "You ain't gonna keep me down." She even does like I don't know, dude. I was just like so like, okay, man, okay. And then there's a lot in that movie that's just like, huh? I mean, I will say this, they did go pretty good on what I was afraid that they wouldn't do, which is like the battle royale of it, you know what I mean? Like the Hunger Games part of it, when they really like murder each other. They do pretty good, and it is like not that bad. Not that great either, but still not that bad. Better than I was expecting. You know who the highlight was, who I was actually like not looking forward to is, and I should have never doubted it for a second, dude. Viola Davis, of course, Viola Davis would be amazing in this. I think I was really thrown off because in the trailer, I mean, obviously she looks insane. Obviously she looks insane, dude. Insane in the membrane. But her performance is insanely good, dude. It's like basically the Viola Davis version of the Joker is my kind of vibe. She did fantastic, and I should have never doubted her because Viola Davis only ever does fantastic, dude. She was Amanda Waller, amazing. The Woman King or the Lady King or the whatever, when she was the king, dude, it was amazing. That was a great movie, and she killed it. And it is so awesome to see her range of like Amanda Waller, like quite possibly the coldest, most badass, like just Amanda Waller, dude. Like that is just like the hardest of the hard of like special agent, like government, like officials or whatever. Like for someone who's got literally no powers at all, one of the most like horrifying and scarifying villains. Not necessarily even a villain either. Just like one of the scariest characters, most intimidating, with zero superpowers in a world where it's like she exists with Superman and still one of the most terrifying characters. And she embodies the live action version perfectly. And then to go from that to like the Woman King or whatever, so amazingly good. And she was ripped, dude. She was so Shredsville. I remember every time they showed her back, I was like, God damn, dude. Just like, Shredsville. And she was like 50. She was like 50 when they made that movie, dude. And she is just beefed up. And now this like highlight of that movie was her performance as just like wackadoodle, crazy, bonkers, insane creator of not the games, but you know, how the game designer, whatever you want to call her, just like out of her mind, but in the best way. Yeah, really good. That was like one of the only things about that movie I can say was solid. What's his name was in it, but he's not even really in it much or not that memorable. It's not even listed here, which is weird. Must be alphabetical, and I'm totally Peter Dinklage. There you go. He's in it a little bit, but definitely not the best part of it. I don't know. I went in not really expecting much, and I got exactly what I thought I would get, which is not that good a movie, not that good acting in it. I mean, other than Viola Davis, even Rachel Zegler, like her singing is good, but like, you know, everything about her is just like so whatever like Southern girl cliche that like you can think of, like, oh man, like, well, my mama used to just tie my shoes together with floss because we didn't have nothing to afford no shoelaces. But you give me a stick of floss and I'll make it tight on my left foot real good. Or I don't know, just weird Southern girl growing up poor kind of a vibe, and just like always with the singing, you know, just always singing from like the deepest part of her soul, like constantly. Like it's good singing, but it's just weird to always just be like constantly like so to the max, dude. I don't even know how to describe it. I think it was just like that first scene where I'm just like, really? Really? Okay. But speaking of, we can move on to movies that are good, movies that were like enjoyable, like Thanksgiving, which I am like pleasantly surprised with. I talked about like, all right, so you get the opposite side of the spectrum, right? Going into Hunger Games, expecting Hunger Games to be like, and getting what I paid for or getting what I was expecting. But Thanksgiving, going the opposite direction of like, yes, dude, this is what I'm talking about. And I even forgot, dude. I don't know how I blanked. Well, actually, I do know how I blanked. Thanksgiving, I feel like an idiot because it's like I didn't even realize or remember that it's based. You guys remember Grindhouse, dude? You guys remember Grindhouse, the Tarantino Robert Rodriguez joint? It was like a half and half. It was like, you know, it's supposed to be like a Grindhouse. Back in the day, they'd have like a double feature at the drive-in of just like gnarly, crazy movies. Grindhouse. Such a Tarantino Rodriguez thing, dude. The most Quentin Tarantino and Robert Rodriguez thing ever to happen is the Grindhouse double feature featuring Death Proof and Planet Terror. Death Proof, amazing. Death Proof, Kurt Russell as like awesome stuntman, crazy psycho murderer with his car. Such a great movie. Planet Terror, Planet Terror, meh, not so great. And also in between, there was like 3 different like trailers for like fake movies. Thanksgiving was one of them, dude. And I totally forgot that Thanksgiving was originally like a spoof trailer in the Grindhouse movie. about, the movie Thanksgiving. It was like a horror film about Thanksgiving as a joke. You know what I mean? And I totally forgot about it because I never watch Planet Terror. I watch Death Proof every once in a while if it's on, or, if I happen to want to watch it, because it's a movie I really enjoy, not as much as Planet Terror, obviously. And so I never see those spoofy trailers because I never watched the Grindhouse together, and I never watched Planet Terror. So I totally forgot about Thanksgiving being originally a spoof trailer. And then, man, it was good, dude. I recommend you go see it because it's good. It's good on several levels because it's good. It's good because it's got a pretty good, mystery vibe going. It was very reminiscent of Scream. Very Scream vibes to it's like, there are similarities where it's like they're in, it's Thanksgiving. Everyone's wearing the John Carver mask. Just like with Scream, taking place during Halloween, everyone's wearing the mask, so it makes it really hard to find the killer. Same thing with Thanksgiving. He's wearing the John Carver mask, which everyone's wearing in town because, we got the John Carver house, and it's like a big deal, so, it's going to be hard to find him with all these suspects wearing the same mask. So in that way, it's very Scream. Lots of different suspects, which is very Scream. But it also keeps it more fun. That's part of, a slasher movie or a part of a murder movie or a part of a Scream vibe kind of a movie is that you're trying to figure it out. You're trying to find the murderer as the movie goes. You're trying to solve it as the movie goes, or at least I am. I think that's why this movie works, and It's a Wonderful Knife doesn't work because you know who the killer is the entire movie. So there is no mystery, there is no tension, there is no suspense. Not like Thanksgiving, where there's plenty of all of that. Also, there's plenty of victims that you kind of root for to die. You know what I mean? There's that thing where it's they're not just random innocent people getting murdered. It's not these, just random people that don't deserve it. It's kind of people who are I don't want to say they deserve it, but people that you definitely don't feel bad about getting murdered. There's this one lady who just plays her part perfectly, dude. She is just literally there just to be a nasty, just rude, ugly, just kind of a lady who's just elbowing people and yeah, get your fucking hands off my toaster. Kind of a lady who you're oh, dude, I want this lady to die, dude. I'm ready for her to not just die, but be tortured in that, slasher kind of a way. So it's fun too. It's it's fun, trying to solve the mystery. It's fun watching these sort of terrible people die, sort of terrible deaths. And they do a good job of keeping it a good mystery for the most of it. I'm not going to spoil, but they do a good job. It had me guessing through a good amount of the movie. I think about through halfway, at least, when I finally was all right, I think I got it. But what was big shocker in that film is that it's got, here's her name, Gina Gershon. Gina Gershon, who, as of now, hang on, because I gotta know her age. And Gina Gershon, dude. I'm sure that she's in lots of stuff, but I only ever think of Face Off, dude. She's Nicolas Cage's badass girlfriend, in the Face Off, you know what I mean? And they talked about being the winner of that one to the side. That always threw me off, dude, in Face Off. Always threw me, dude, is that John Travolta, his wife looks 20 years older than him. She's almost an old lady, not that hot. And then Nick Cage has got Gina Gershon. It's just oh my God. And then John Travolta going undercover. Oh yeah, she's in Showgirls too. I always forget about Showgirls because that movie's crazy. But she shows up in Thanksgiving briefly, and I just was struck. Oh, sorry, I was going to look up the age. I was shocked. Because like I said, I only ever think of she's 61. I only ever think of Face Off, which was probably prime time in 97, dude. 97, 2007, 17, 2020. Dude, okay, we're approaching 30 years ago. And so when she showed up in Thanksgiving, I was like, oh, Gina Gershon from Face Off. Oh, hey, it's cool to see her. And I could not believe my eyes because she looked identical, dude. It looked like she walked out of the Face Off movie into Thanksgiving, dude. Yeah, okay, maybe she looked a little bit older, but still for like, having the image of her in my mind from 97 and then seeing her now in 2020, basically 4. And I was still like, holy shit, dude. Gina Gershon looks unbelievable. I just was like really struck. Also, I haven't seen her. Like, this is like the first time I've seen her in a while. And just so it's like awesome to be like, oh, still a working actor and still looking amazing, dude. Always just think of Face Off because it's like she was like a perfect contrast too, because it's like John Travolta's wife was like not only like this like sweet old lady like just knitting the whole movie. Sweet old, hey John Travolta, you want some tea? I made just some sandwiches. Thanks, Grandma. I mean, wife. And then, like, the complete opposite side of the spectrum is, like, smoking hot Gina Gershon. And she was also, like, she just has a vibe of being, like, bad. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Gina Gershon just has that look of, like, oh, I'm going to be holding on to her as she's like riding the motorcycle. You know what I mean? Like Gina Gershon, you hold on to her. She don't ride bitch for nobody. But yeah, we're doing pretty okay on time. And I suppose can probably wrap it and slap it. Let me see if I've got any other things I wanted to talk about. We covered all the new movies. I mean, we could talk about Dream Scenario too, because that's like the one that I can't seem to like see. And then speaking too of like Face Off, Nicolas Cage, Dream Scenario, why can't that movie be more accessible, dude? It's the only movie that came out this weekend that I wanted to see, and I can't see it because I have to drive like 30 miles because the only theater playing it is 30 miles away. I did want to see Thanksgiving, but I would have seen Dream Scenario way before I saw Thanksgiving, dude. It looks way better. It looks way more entertaining. It's got Nick Cage in it, and I think out of everything that came out this weekend, Dream Scenario is getting the best reviews from like critics and audience, but it's like, I can't see it, dude, because it's like limited release, or it's like just a couple theaters are releasing it because stupid songbirds and snakes are taking up too many theaters, man. It's like, God, I think it was even like advertised, like, hey, see it in 4DX. And it's like, no, I barely want to see it in just, 2D format. 4DX is cool, but it's not something I would do for a movie that I have never seen before. It's more something, I saw it. The first time I ever did 4DX was for The Matrix, the first Matrix, and it was awesome. Because I feel like that's the way to see it. For a movie you've already seen, and then you get like an enhanced version of it. If you're seeing a movie you've never seen before, I would find it extremely distracting because you're trying to follow the plot while you're on a goddamn roller coaster. But yeah, Dream Scenario, I'm going to keep looking because I want to see it because I have a feeling it's good. I mean, I just want to see it. I saw that last Nicolas Cage movie that came out that nobody's ever heard of. I don't even remember what it was called. Retirement Plan or something? Or it was so bad, dude. So bad. And then they just kept introducing characters the whole entire movie. It was like 2 hours into the movie, and they're still like, Johnny the Blade. And it's like, are we still introducing people this late in the movie? Yeah, but we can wrap it and slap it right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you made it all the way to the end, then hey, special shout out to you. Thank you so much for sticking with us all the way to the end. It's much appreciated, and that's very special to me. I hope you know that I appreciate you sticking around all the way to the end, and I hope that by now you've hit that like and subscribe button, as it's much appreciated. I am your host as always, Kyle McLemore, and we'll see you next time on the pod.